Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Prospect Central 101. My name is Chris Robbins, and today I'm going to be doing a quick look for you guys. So, as you can see here, they only really have full games here, which is a bit unfortunate because I'm not going to go through like a 2.5 hour game and plug through plays. But he is definitely someone that has been brought to my attention from Eric, who is the basically founder of QIB, and the guy that really got this whole thing started, for me at least. So I definitely wanted to see and give this guy a quick look. So that's exactly what I'm going to do for you guys, is a quick look on him. So this kid, his name is Avonte Maddox. He officially came in at 5'9" and 1/8, 184, so he's a little bit undersized. But don't let that stop you, because this kid is a beast. So actually, let me bring up his combine stats here. Avonte Maddox, draft profile, and then hopefully this will take us to the NFL.com thing here. Yep. And here we go. So he ran a 6.51 3-cone drill. That is ridiculous. In fact, actually, I believe Darius Slay ran around 6'9" or somewhere in that range. So to give you an idea on how quick this kid is and how fluid a mover he is about 4 tenths of a second faster than Darius Slay, or at least like in an agility standpoint. Dude has a ridiculous 4-second 20-yard shuttle. 10-7 to 60-yard shuttle. All three of those are top performers. A 37-inch vert, a 125 broad, a sub 4.40. The kid absolutely nailed the combine out of the park. Yeah, with that, we're getting into a little bit of background here. He is also from Detroit, people. So, hometown kid, he used to play for Detroit King. Obviously, a powerhouse for those of you guys who live around Detroit area. Know all too well about King in D2. He was a 3-star recruit originally. Started as a freshman and a sophomore as well as a junior and senior year. So he is a 4-year starter if you don't count injuries. And he did play in the Shrine game, which is where the Lions originally met with him. So he is also one of, I believe, 5 QIB qualifiers at the cornerback position, and definitely someone that we seem to have interest in for that nickel spot to compete with Jamal Agnew next year. Also, not to mention, Pittsburgh, where Pat Narduzzi coaches defense, they've been churning out some pretty decent corners at the NFL level. Darqueze Dennard finally hit his spot this past year in Cincinnati. So, definitely someone to keep an eye on for sure. So with that, unfortunately, the only thing that I've been able to find so far is some highlights. So we'll just go through these real quick. It's just so that you guys can get a pretty basic look at what he can do. Obviously, these are only from 2015, so this is 2 years ago. This must be sophomore year highlights. But yeah, you see the quickness right off the bat. Dude is going to be a returner type, and he just blows by people. If he gets the ball in his hands, whether that be an interception return, kickoff return, punt return, something along those lines, he's definitely someone who can get this back. Also, another thing I like too that we can see just by highlight tape is where he plays. And we're going to see here that he's playing right at the line. I really like his base, the way he's aligned, a very nice posture and stance from the get. Very smooth back pedal, and we see this with his combine drills. Does a great job of getting his hand in there. Got a little bit of an attitude to him too. Great job of breaking off that route. Physical, willing tackler. The dude is basically got everything you could want in a nickel. Same thing there. Just really willing tackler. Definitely someone who has a physical aspect and element to his game. Very, very smooth in his movements. Great job of baiting the quarterback on that play. Active with his teammates. Very fiery type guy. But just look at how he breaks out of that zone and makes a play on the football. blitzer. He can attack the quarterback, get sacks every once in a while with his speed off the edge. The dude is explosive, twitchy, quick, and fast. He's got it all from an athletic standpoint. And from a physical standpoint, I mean, you can see his grittiness and toughness. And that's everything that you look for in a late round guy. Double caught that, but basically at the end of the game, just try and get the ball out. It's Narduzzi's first year, actually. And just look at how he stays in phase with the receiver the whole way through. Definitely something that Patricia is going to keep an eye on. And he's just engaged, and then he's looking for the ball, gets his head around very, very nicely to track the ball and knock it out of the receiver's hands. Undercuts that route, easy. Easy work. This was against Bowling, I believe. Yeah, he just completely undercut Jamari Staples' route. And I love how physical he is. You could kind of see at the top of the screen. And then he ends up getting a nice pass deflection against Lamar late in this game. But you'll see at the top, or at the beginning of this play, just watch how physical he is at the top of the screen with the receiver. He's all up in him. And then he undercuts and gets a nice vertical against number 9 there. I forgot who that was. Might be Devontae Parker. So yeah, definitely someone who has the physical tools, whether that be speed, quickness, twitchiness, acceleration, burst, explosiveness. He's got all that from a base standpoint. He's got the vertical ability, as we've seen. He's got the grittiness and the toughness, the willingness to tackle. He's a little small, but definitely a nickel corner to begin with, I would say at the next level anyways, due to his physicality and how physical he plays. Uh, and especially for those of you guys watching for the QIB qualifier part of this, the Detroit aspect, he would definitely be a challenging force for Jamal Agnew and Des Lawrence to start in that and get minutes in that nickel spot. So for those of you guys looking for a little bit more background, unfortunately that's all the film we have at this point. And he's proven himself as a tough-minded defender despite a smallish frame, and again, we've seen that time and again. Third-team All-ACC selection, 4 tackles for a loss, all of which were sacks, 2 pass deflections, and there were 2 interceptions and 3 forced fumbles, 2.5 sacks. So he's a sack type guy. He definitely has pressure off the edge. 3 interceptions, including a return touchdown. 75 tackles, including 3 interceptions. 2-way star at King, so he did play receiver in high school as well. Impact freshman, starting 6 games, compiling 32 tackles. So a little bit more about his positives and negatives here. Possesses football and personal character. Again, another thing for those of you guys looking for that Detroit side of things here. Character is definitely one of those things that Quinn and Patricia are going to look for this year, and he's got it. That's the first thing on his strength chart. So definitely something there for sure. But loved by his staff for work ethic and attitude. And Narduzzi, again, for those of you guys from here, you guys definitely know what Pat Narduzzi loves in his guys from the Summit, Michigan State. That high energy, those high work ethic guys. And he's definitely a part of that at that cornerback position. Fluid and athletic in space, and again, we saw that in Indy and on his highlight tape. Very twitchy, to play the ball if he's hooked up on the route. Again, we see that twitchiness. Finished career with 51 passes defensed, which is fantastic, including 8 interceptions. Again, leadership, cannot get enough good thoughts about this guy's character. Willing to play through pain, so injuries. Takes tackling duties to heart. And again, for those Detroit people watching this, we're going to be looking for some edge-setting guys this year at that cornerback spot, that nickel spot, that like to tackle, like to hit. That's part of our new scheme that we're going to be running next year, and he's got it, man. He's definitely willing to play physical. A solo tackler who doesn't need much help to get the ball carriers and receivers to the ground. Handled adversity well when he struggled on the field. And again, when you have those down moments, it's all about how you get back up from them. So, really excited to see how he's going to be able to translate at the next level, whether that be in Detroit or somewhere else. There's definitely going to be a lot of teams that are going to be interested in this kid, especially after how good his combine was. As for his negatives, he gives up too much separation, needs better patience from press, too reactive to cause fakes and leave him out of position. So patience is going to be an issue for him. We'll see more of that when we get actual tape. Struggles to mirror match, again, something that we're going to have to see a lot of more when we get actual tape. Can be slow to diagnose and transition. All these things are stuff that we're going to have to see when we get actual tape. Too respectful and passive against receivers considering speed and athletic ability. Feet gets stuck in neutral, changing direction. I don't think we really saw that issue at the combine. He did seem to do a great job of getting in and out of his breaks. Spry but small. And has a little bit of durability issues, but not really too much of a concern for me. They do have him as a free agent after his combine, and when tape actually gets released to this kid. I think there's definitely going to be someone, probably us, that takes a chance on him in that 5th or 6th round range. The dude is a physical nickel corner, and that's going to be something that's going to be valued by a lot of these teams with the new modern day game, and the way the defenses are starting to shift to this whole nickel base idea, where a lot of these teams now, the more modern ones, the more progressive ones, and even you're starting to see some of the older minds transition to this train of thought as well, where nickel is becoming the new base, whether that be 4-2-5 or 3-3-5. And we're seeing a lot of these 5 defensive back sets, and he can definitely be that inside corner that a lot of these teams are looking for, whether that be with the edge, if you're looking for a blitzing nickel, he's going to do that. If you're looking for a run support corner, someone who's going to be able to set the edge, he's going to be able to do that for you and make tackles against running backs. If you're looking for someone who can cover, he's quick enough and fast enough to be able to handle these quick and fast slot receivers that we're seeing nowadays. So definitely someone that I'm really excited to see more tape come out on over the rest of this process. And I hope to see the Lions meet with this kid more. Eric Schlitt, of course, definitely brought me onto him, and I'm really excited to see what the rest of this process holds for this kid. So when we hear about Pittsburgh's Pro Day, and this kid gets mentioned as someone that teams meet with, don't be surprised to hear a lot of teams meeting with this kid if they haven't already, or if they will again. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised too much if the Lions use a workout on him. Bring him in late in the process, get him as that depth corner to challenge Agnew for that nickel spot. So again, unfortunately, there's not a lot of film on him outside of full games, which is disappointing to say the least. But when that comes out, we'll definitely be back and get that to you guys. So for now, definitely keep an eye out for this kid. Someone who you might want to check out if you guys have the time to go through full game tapes. I definitely recommend doing so. I'm sure that you're going to see some great things from him. And hopefully you guys are interested in seeing his full tape when it comes out. So for now, thanks again guys for tuning into this really quick look, just a little bit of another guy that I've been keeping my eye on, and a full QIB qualifier out of that cornerback position as well. So for now, thanks again guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, check out our other full QIB breakdown videos with much more descriptive much more active breakdown of game tape and things like that, going through all the positives and negatives and not just looking at highlights in those. So thanks again, guys. Hopefully tune in for this one later. See you guys later. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, all that, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.